Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. He'll start this drive firing. Got it behind the line. It's Gore. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football to try to get that elusive guy on the ground.
The short hands, it's Kane. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Catch in the middle. It's Gore. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Might be calling a hot route. Gonna look downfield again. Caught over the middle. It's Kane. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Kane. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout by the offense.
A promising start to this drive. They've moved the chains a couple of times. Now they've got it first down at the 41.
Cooler 18. Cooler 18. Charcoal. Charcoal. Charcoal direction.
They go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Fights off a defender. Turning it on. He's at the 20. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he's not going to take the touchback. The ball pops out on the return. Almost a disaster on that return, and they jump on it, and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Give to the back. Got enough for the first. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To the ground. He's got it again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
To the air on second down. Zings it complete to the right. On the sweet spin, and he's free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Now, how about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they... Everybody on the same page. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. He's got it. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
Such a great job on the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the quick pass. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. A little screen to the running back. Snares it with those big hands and strolls into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bland. That That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8.
First and 10.
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. They'll run the option. The pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Offense in a bunch formation. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Gore. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the 1st quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the 1st. That 1st quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the 2nd. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
Called by the offense.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll start this drive with a pass. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And he'll take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the QB was trying to throw it to his running back behind the line of scrimmage. He never saw the defender. That was as easy a pick 6 as that guy is ever going to score.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way. He knocked it right down the middle. Here's the return from inside his 10. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
This quarterback feels like he's spiraling a little bit right now. Of course, he threw the pick on the last drive. That last throw should have been picked off. Thanks to the defender dropping it, the offense is still on the field. And if you're this quarterback, you've got to settle yourself down. You better do it quickly.
Grab near the sticks, and it's Cooper. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And no one is going to catch him. Cruises into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away.
Set to kick it away.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. He wants to start this drive with a pass. That's caught. It's Gore.
Complete to the back. No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Last completion got them a first down. Let's see what they do now.
On set.
Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air, it's Godet. Complete.
The pass on first down. Caught by the back. No gain on the play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working the middle. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32.
Set, ready. Ready up.
They want to run this quarterback. Slithers into space. There he goes. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20.
414 satellite. Set, ready.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3. First and goal for the offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Phase 27 jump. Phase 27 jump.
Back to pass on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3.
Military stunt. Canopy.
From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to barrel in. And it'll be a touchdown. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
1st and 10.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. Good timing on the quick out. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Back to pass. Quick completion on the out. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Here's the handoff. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Hey, winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
He's got it on the right. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. To the air on first down. Got his man downfield. Breaks into the open. Bounds into the end zone for a touchdown.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Unloads to the right. And the physical play there. Is the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And I love this defense being ready at the end of the half, playing the 2-minute situation beautifully, forcing the turnover here now, a chance to break this tie, get some points. Nice execution by this defense late in the first half.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you updated on a fascinating battle going down in the Pac-12. Texas A&M is on top right now, but kind of fittingly for the First Lady of Aggie Land, Reveille, this has been a dogfight today. They're up by 4 over Washington. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This drive will open from the 15. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Wants to fire on second down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He's got it near midfield. And the returner will be brought down. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? First play of the drive, wants to throw. Looking left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
First down for the offense.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Corner's going to give them room. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense.
Get set.
Looking to throw. Makes the catch. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
Trying to set the tone with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incompletely.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. Finds the finish line for the touchdown. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive.
Let's go, let's go.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
The big fellow laying out. Look at that body control, using all that muscle, all that strength to lay out and make the big catch for his team.
Fires to the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
Such a great job by the defensive back, dropping beyond the sticks, understanding where the ball's going, breaking on the football. Great eyes, great vision, and great hands. Looked like a wide receiver getting that INT.
They'll run this play from the pistol. The give. He breaks a tackle. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Got enough for the first. Turning it on. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him. With that last play, now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Oh, they're after him. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40, the 20. He's at the 10. And it's a touchdown. What about the speed of that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
1st and 10.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Gets it out fast. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Offense gets set for second down. Power football with the run. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Now from the 40, it's first and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Going to swing it on second down. It's complete to the left. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got...
He holds it in, and nobody's close. And it's in for a touchdown.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Syracuse is currently ahead in this one, but I don't see Jim Brown or Ernie Davis or even Donovan McNabb out there. This team has struggled to pull away. They are up by 7 over Old Dominion. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking to throw on first down. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Complete to the right. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. New set of downs after the completion.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. He might want another play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Got his man on the right. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll take it in for a touchdown. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And he tacks on the extra point. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Hauls it in down the sideline. Flying out to the left. The hands. The feet. He steps his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he steps to the sidelines on this return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Kane. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now first and 10 from the 40. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Kane. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play.
Second down.
They'll go up top on second and short. Makes the grab inside the 30. Oh, he's got some space. Pulls it in and runs into the end zone for a touchdown. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside the 15.
At the 24, and the offense will take over. First and 10.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24.
Green 25.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Cooper. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Line getting set on second down. Holds and fires complete to the right. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. entertaining as this game been, how good are these offenses right now as we take a look at the stats after 3? When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. They go to the draw. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense.
Let's go!
Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deep as the deepest, wide as the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Okay, break. Okay, ready? Now.
Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Ready.
To the air on 2nd down. He makes a grab. And into the end zone for a touchdown.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. And walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of interest in this Pac-12 showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. Texas A&M is putting on a show offensively. Feels like they've been gigging them since the first whistle. They're up 14 over Washington. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cooper. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Man, let that thing rip. How about this guy? Almost 450 yards on the day. He's been throwing it early. He's been throwing it often. He's been throwing it all over the yard and with a lot of success.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Ripping through the defense. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the first down.
There he goes. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks.
You know, it's interesting. At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage throwing it.
Snags it. Put the clamps on that ball and strolled into the end zone for a touchdown.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll go back to work on offense.
Cooler 18. Cooler 18. Here we go. Here we go.
Wants to throw on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Is incomplete. It leads to 2nd and.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Here we go.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes the catch on the left. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again.
Hey, camper. Camper. Hey.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds a man in the middle. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football.
Throws toward the end zone. Got his man. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Keep it on the ground, and he's in for the touchdown.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
and the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
So now it's 2nd and long. Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Every single week, defenses know who's going to get the ball thrown to them, but they can't stop him. With that last catch, he now has over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. This time they'll go to the running game. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Nothing but green grass down the middle.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
Trying to barge in.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
1 more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Defense going all in to stop the run. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on 3rd and goal from the 2? They'll try to slam it in. He's going for the goal line. He bangs his way in for the score.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Trick 9,
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense changing the play. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Fires to the wideout. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few